One very important feature for the business timing calendar is downtime. This is also called moon void of course. This is the major way in which we decipher when to just relax and chill and enjoy downtime, and to not do anything that is going to be very, very important. So there's actually two ways to look at downtime. Under Moon Power, you can click downtime. But if you want to just use the astrological category, you can also click Moon Void of Course. Okay, so let's just go to Moon Void of Course. So we can see all of the times when the moon is void of course. Let's click inside of one. So you'll see here that it says moon void of course, and the picture shows that it's downtime. So when we do things during the moon void of course, it is said that nothing will come of it. And this is something that I've actually tested over a number of years of being in astrology. And sure enough, nothing comes of events that you take action with during this time. So if you sign a contract, or if you meet with somebody, or if you do various other things that are important that you want to have a positive outcome to, then you want to make sure that you're not doing it during downtime. Downtime for the moon is when the moon is sort of floating away from other planets and it's not connected. So that's just a simplistic way of putting it. There are times when you may want to use downtime or the moon void of course strategically. For instance, if you don't want to have a deal with somebody, or you don't want to go to court, or you do not want a contract or a deal to go through, and this may be the case for various reasons, you can also take action during downtime. Another way that you will find that categorized is that it's good for intentionally unavailing. It's a very convoluted term, but it just means that if you are intentionally looking for something to be unavailing, then you can click good for intentionally unavailing and find that most of the days will show when the moon is void of course. So what is this time good for? It's good for just getting things done, running errands, continuing tasks that you are already in motion with, and just relaxing. So here are a couple of examples. One of my clients signed an offer on a house during the moon void of course. She called to let me know, and I let her know that the deal would likely not go through or go according to plan. Everything went according to plan. The banks were giving the loans, the deals were being signed, everything was working out. But on the very last day, the day before the closing, the seller asked if she could back out of the deal. So this is the kind of thing that will happen when you take action during the moon void of course. It wasn't a cost to her in terms of money, but it was a cost to her in terms of time. Another one of my clients was in a legal situation with her employer. She needed to take them to court. I advised her to go and meet with the lawyer and sign a deal with the lawyer during the moon void of course. This was so that nothing would come of it in terms of going to court. And in fact, nothing came of it in terms of going to court. It didn't go as according to plan. Of course, lawyers want to take it to court so that they can have a little bit more money out of the deal, and settling is the best thing for you. So this is one of the ways in which you can strategically use the moon void of course. If you have never used the moon void of course, start with something small. take action on something that may not mean that much to you to see what happens when you take action during the moon void, of course, and when you don't. If you notice that you get burned, don't get too tied up in becoming regimented about doing things during the moon void, of course, or avoiding it. Just flow with the energy. Check in when something is important to you and make sure that you are taking advantage of energy that is going to be productive. Enjoy using the moon void, of course, downtime, and enjoy the business timing calendar.